Here is Barkley, left side, big hole, Saquon Barkley! Uh-oh! Barkley! Goodbye! Dunk it in. Doncic, 47!
I'll give him a dunk. On a night you have 47 points, you get the benefit of the doubt.
Moss the back, Karras the snap, Moss the block. Burrow going deep, he's got him! Touchdown! Ja'Marr Chase!
LeBron leaked out, they didn't see him. Here he is down court. It's up and in! Will it count? LeBron James at the buzzer! 23-yard completion. Here goes Taylor. With Pierce in front. Touchdown, Colts.
Curry gets free. Curry puts up a three.
Bang! Bang! He ties the game with 6.3 remaining.
Mahomes flushed out again all the way back. Turning the corner. Fires downfield. Caught. Touchdown.
Timeout. SGA. Probing. Piercing. Spinning. Hanging for the lead. And SGA knocks it down with just under a second to go. Hit road. Oh, come on. Justin Jefferson. You got to be kidding. Makes it look so routine. Greatest catch that never existed in NFL history.
Edwards puts up a three. It's good. Anthony Edwards once again. Edwards electricity here in game 4. Here's a first and goal. And he's signaling as he backpedals to the 30. Oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Baltimore.
Is it Brandon? Giannis says no. Back the other way, Trent. Giannis inside. At both ends.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Matty Ice here with Profit Props. This is the Sharp Side. Damn, that's bright as hell. As always, we will recap yesterday first. A good day. 2-0 yesterday. Sam Merrill overcashed. TJ McConnell undercashed. Merrill finished with 19. McConnell finished with 13. We had under 15.5. Let's get into today's slate. We've got a pretty nice one here, to be honest. This was last night. Let's give this a refresh. Oh, and first, let's just kind of recap the NBA last night. Lakers got the dub. LeBron had a great game, 38-8. Orlando versus Washington. Washington was winning the entire game. They were 7.5-point dogs. Washington came back and won that game. Cleveland versus Indy. We had Sam Merrill. We had TJ McConnell. Miami versus Minnesota. I'm mad I didn't run the Bam Adebayo unders because they cashed easily. Keep an eye out on this Lakers under. It looks to be moving down. That was really what I was upset about, that not being on the Bam under. San Antonio, I said to run Julian Champagnie on stream and then I'd write it up after. Life got to me, never wrote it up, so I didn't declare it a win. But if you were on stream, I said to run it, and I was going to write it up after. Never did. And then Dallas-Sacramento. Dallas won the game by 2 points. All right, let's get into today's slate. First game is Chicago versus Detroit. We've got some injury news in this game. Duren is out. Cade Cunningham is questionable. Karis LeVert is questionable. Tobias Harris is out. Duncan Robinson is questionable. On the Chicago side of the ball, we got Buzeles questionable. Kobe White questionable. Zach Collins is out still. And Jalen Smith is out. Go to points. Paul Reed. Minutes have been up, right? They're still banged up, so his minutes are going to continue to stay up. Points line does feel a little high. I mean, obviously there's some bias here, but let's go 25 plus. Again, very small sample size. And then, yeah, 30's probably like 31's a good ceiling. Not something I'm going to attack. I mean, I'm not mad at anyone betting. Like, I don't have opinion over or under based off of that. Shout outs, props.cash for getting that fixed. Yeah, I don't have an opinion either way there. Moving on to Vucevic. They're depleted in terms of bigs on the interior. I guess Stewie will be the matchup. Definitely not getting a good read off the head-to-head data this year because they're banged up. Now, he did do really well in the first matchup this year, actually. Miss Herway, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. Appreciate everybody over on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Sos, Archie Betts, and Grown Man Business. Appreciate y'all tapping in this morning. Appreciate all the likes, and I appreciate the retweets. Nikola Vucevic, PR overs. I mean, actually, I might be a little interested in this. They're going to struggle today. Minutes should be good. Let's go look around in the market. I'm actually kind of interested in Nikola Vucevic PR over. Everyone's at 28 basically but FanDuel. FanDuel's at 29, juice to the under. Kobe White and Buzeles are game time decisions. Does anyone have more info on that? Cade Cunningham assists actually makes a lot of sense if he goes. Sydney, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets, brother. Appreciate you tapping in. Let me go to the injury report here real quick. Not mad at the Cade double-double. Honestly, maybe a Vooch double-double as well. Buzeles has been upgraded to probable, so there's that. Anything else new? No, Kobe White is still questionable. Did he go through shoot-around? I should have that news. Yeah, exactly. What about Kobe White? Rise and shine, not enjoying the start of 26. Man, I finally had a good yesterday, bro, but I feel you. NBA's been some bullshit. The day before, I was 0-5, so I definitely can relate. I still got some work to do to get even on the year, so I can definitely relate. We're going to dig into Vucevic a little bit more. Okay, they're number 2 versus Rollman, but they don't have Jalen Duren tonight. They might not have him. Cade Cunningham. Minus 140 on the double-double for Vooch. I do like the double-double for Vooch if you think this game stays competitive. PRA for Vucevic. PRA for Vucevic. What are they in assists allowed per game to centers and just in general? Yeah, I thought they were first. Third versus centers. I think I'm more of a PR or double-double here. Chef, appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. I think I'm a double-double here, and I'll lay the juice. I'll go double-double. $145 at FanDuel, so it's fair. Double-double. MRD2313, appreciate you tapping in this morning, bro. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. FanDuel has a 145. I'm willing to play that for 1 unit. NBA Bulls. Oh, they're 10.5-point dogs. I don't love that, especially if Buzeles is out. Let's go see how they've looked in losses of more than 10. No, I got to wait for injury news here. This is a lean. Let's not take it yet, but it is a lean. Let's not take it yet. Let's see what the lineups actually look like. I think I will be waiting for starting lineups in this. 203 to make 1. Volume's been good in spots. Did have 4 versus New York. He did have 2 in the matchup earlier this season. 2 for 2, though. He did have 10 boards in that matchup. That is a good sign. Without Duren this year, I just want to look at this year. 2 for 4. I lean over. Again, I don't love the... If there's no Buzale, or he's playing, he's probable. So if there's no Cade, this game becomes a lot better. Cade's also probable. I'm seeing this now. Yeah, I think the 10.5 is fair. I do think the 10.5 is fair. All right, I'm going to stay off of Stewie here. I would lean over rebounds, would lean over threes. Cade is probable, double-double. He did have one in the previous matchup, exactly 10 assists, 7 rebounds, 17 potentials. I like that. Double-double price is awful. I actually think it's still a good price at minus 160, though. Yeah, or over his assists. See, I hate the price on the 10.5. I want to be at 11. I think the double-double is a good lay piece. I don't know if I'm running anything straight there. How did Duncan do in the last matchup head-to-head versus Chicago? He had 23 in 28 minutes. He had 10 three-point attempts. In the matchup prior this season, he had 5. His threes have kind of fallen off a cliff in the sense that he keeps hitting like 1 or 2. I don't know how I feel about his threes over. Let's look into it. $49ers go. Appreciate you tapping in. Mom Who Bets. Appreciate you. Shakira Harris. Appreciate you. Be My Water Friend and Sosa. Appreciate all y'all for tapping in this morning, man. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the retweets. All right. They struggle versus catch and shoot. They struggle from above the break. I mean, everything you would think says take the over, but 21 minutes, then 30 minutes, then 30 minutes, then 20 minutes. Minutes have been sporadic, especially probably in losses, or I'm sorry, blowouts. They look pretty good in 10 or more point wins. Mataz PR or RA. We will look at it. Man, I'm going to lean over Duncan Robinson threes right now. He's definitely sold in the past, but I think it's a good matchup. Lean over Duncan threes. You know what? Buzale has played incredibly well without Giddey. Giddey's still out, right? Yeah. So this last stretch without Giddey, these last 3 games, 30, 34, 31, usage percentage over 25 in each of those games. 2 to 3 threes made in each of those games. What's his threes line at? No, I'm not interested. I thought it'd be 1.5. Field goal attempts, strong, 12 to 16, 17s earlier in the season without him. I just want to look this year. I do like Buzales. James Harden's shoulder upgraded to probable on Wednesday. That's all I have. Okay. I don't love the matchup for him, to be honest with you guys. Without Giddey earlier this season, 21. I think there was no Kobe as well. That's right. There was no Kobe as well, so things do change. No Giddey with Kobe this year. 1 game, 26. 4 attempts from the three-point line, 12 field goal attempts. Very efficient. I would be a liar if I said I didn't like the over here. Again, I don't bet rookies often. Detroit's got a good defense, although Duren's down. 21 in the same matchup, but Kobe White was out as well, which is a big deal. 21 in the game without Kobe, but with Giddy, though. Do we take Abuzele's over points right now? No, because the game's going to end in a blowout. Let me see the injury news. I've got some leans in this game, but I do want to wait on injury news in this one. Very, 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 very much so. Duncan's threes is a lean. Buzele's PRA over is a lean. I like Cade's double-double as a lay piece. Yeah, not at the price. I was going to say I lean over, but I just checked the price. Yeah, mostly 6.5. Nothing for me there either. Javonte Green's points without Tobias. Wow, it's really only up to 8.5. It's really only up to 8.5. I thought it would jump more, and I'm interested. Okay, hold on. I'm not letting this one pass me up. Okay, yeah, let's go points over Javonte Green, first bet. Interesting. Javonte Green over points. It's open at a lot of places, not everywhere, but I'm not playing this game today. I'm playing it over 8.5 minus 05. I'll play the 06 at Prop Builder. Yes, Cade he's probable though, I believe, Chef. Probable. I believe probable. But yes, he is on the injury report. Yeah, let me go to Prop Builder. And then where can I track that at? Because Tails doesn't have Prop Builder. Well, it just moved to minus 109, so it'll be the same price as Caesars. All right, let's get this in the banner here. First official play. I do like his threes as well, to be fair. I do like his threes as well. Especially like they struggle versus catch and shoot. Not very good versus spot up. Struggle from above the break. Like I probably end up on Javonte Green's threes as well tonight. 22nd and 3-point attempts allowed. Yeah, I probably end up in his threes at some capacity. That is one I'm willing to bet right now. Kobe White. Could be an interesting underlook. He was super efficient and aggressive, I guess, to start the season. Just 25 minutes in his last game. He's actually yet to play. There's 31. When was that? Okay, no, that was right there. December 23rd is the last time he played 30 minutes in a game. Durant, I'll get to Durant when we get to Houston. Cade's playing. Again, just was lights out in this stretch. A lot of volume. I don't think we see that today. Buzeles is. Let's go look around. Like, who else was out? Was there people out other than Giddey? I mean, the team was mostly healthy in those games. It's a disgusting look, but I do lean under Kobe White PAs. And again, he may not even go, but I do lean under Kobe White PAs. All right, let's move on to the next game. Washington versus Philly. Spread in this game is 1 second. Washington versus Philadelphia, 14.5. You guys know I don't really like to attack these games. I know a lot of people have been betting the Joel Embiid first quarter stuff. That's probably a really good way to attack this. Joel Embiid first quarter points, maybe something like that. I was a little intrigued at Maxi's threes in this game. Now, Kelly Oubre returns, I believe. Kelly Oubre should return. You're getting a true 50-50 out of Embiid, I think. So they're going to be healthy for the first time like all year. I'm just going to wait and see kind of what they look like. He can make deep threes, but I'm not interested in the 2.5 line for him. Yeah, nothing in this game. Let's keep it short and sweet. Toronto versus Charlotte. Charlotte is front end of back-to-back. I know that. I don't know about Toronto. Okay, no. Well, they may be on the front end, but they are coming off of a day's rest. Injury report. Kalkbrenner's still out. Brandon Miller and Diabate are both questionable in this game. Kalkbrenner's over his rebounds line and that's his points line. Over his points line in 6 of the 8 games without Kalkbrenner this season. Over his rebounds in the same amount. PRs in the same amount. Probably not. Embiid probable also nice. Probably I'm going to look into this a little bit more. Exchanges are at 18.5, mostly 19.5s in the betting markets, though. Diabate, PRs, no Kalkbrenner. Who else was out in some of these games? So that one didn't have that. Let's go there. Still looks green as fuck. Still looks green as fuck. Middle of the pack and rebounds allowed. I want to run Diabate's PR over. I do. I think you could take a little shot on the double-double. Yeah, plus 200. I think you could take a little shot there. I'm not saying that's like a layup, but I could take a little shot there. 1 second here. Biz, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets today, brother. Yeah, okay. Do I run this right now? Like, Kalkbrenner's not playing. $35 versus Washington minutes. Yeah, I mean, not much. I feel like I'm taking a lot of time on this, so I'm going to move on. But I expect to play Diabate today. I'm going to come back and spend a little bit more time on that one myself after stream. LaMelo Ball's line is 17.5. He has been banned for the season, not because of his play, but because of coaching's rotations. So until further notice, we will not be discussing anything LaMelo Ball related. Thank you for your observations. Versus Charlotte, they rebound. They're really good at defending rebounds, not so well at defending assists. Have they played this year? 1, 2, 3 times. This will be the last. Okay, what's the spread in this Charlotte game? Right where I'd expect it to be, right at a pick 'em with the injuries. Nothing official on Scotty. Nothing official on Scotty. Brandon Ingram with RJ Barrett back. Let's go. Boom. Boom. Over in 5 and 9 minutes are all kind of static there. Great game, medium game, awful game. Sub minutes in that third Charlotte game, though. Brandon Ingram. Rebounds look great in his 3 matchups for Charlotte. Paying a steep price. And as I've said, Charlotte does, like, the one thing they do well is rebound. So I won't lie. I do lean over Brandon Miller PRs. It's not something that I love, but I would lean over there. Colin Kneppel. Actually think this is a decent matchup for him at 18.5. Oh, why? Actually, if I can get, okay, yeah, I'm going to take this 17.5. I am. Looks like a lot of books have moved. Hard Rock is still there. If you have a Hard Rock, run that 17.5. I'm going to put 15 plus in LA. Or I'm going to bet 17 plus FanDuel your way. Hope I get a better price. But yeah, love that over 17.5 there. I'm not going to spend more time on it because I do love it. Definitely the way I would lean there. Sexton, don't like the way his rotation's been, so we move. Denver versus Boston. What's the spread? Denver versus Boston, 9.5, 10. We approach, but we approach with caution. Quet has played really well. Now he's going to go up against Valanciunas, right? Valanciunas is playing, or is he still out too? He's out as well. Aaron Gordon's questionable. Jamal Murray's questionable. A lot of injury news to navigate in this game. Let's see if there's anything we would think about playing early. Honestly, not mad at Queta PR overs. JB, I'd be hard pressed to run anything over 30. If this were 27, we might have a conversation. I think if this is 31, we're talking about under. Like if this bumps, we have to start talking about running the under. We might have to start talking about a PA under. Yeah, I will say I'm monitoring Jaylen Brown's PAs under. I am 100%. Anthony Simons, is he gonna keep playing well, or is he gonna just flake on us if we finally attack? I do like him in the matchup. That being said, I do like him in the matchup. He's coming off of a good game. Is Joe gonna give him run? What's Joe doing with his minutes? Really only injury on their side is this. Volume's been good. I think we get really good volume out of Simons tonight too. Is this like chalky chasing a guy that just went off? I actually really like the Simons threes. I actually really like the Simons threes. 1 second here. We're going to look into this. I might be running this right now. I might be running this, might be running this right now. Let's dig deeper. I think the answer is yes. I'm going to the mobile app right now, fellas, and I'm going to shop this. I think I'm climbing the ladder here at least one time. Both are available at DK, and I am taking it. 1 unit on the over plus 07, quarter unit on the over 257. Okay. All right, give me 1 second. I got to get this bet, get this out. Just bear with me. We are betting this. We're betting the over 2.5 and over 3.5. All right, got that in. Now let's go 3.5, 4 plus at DK's plus 257. I'm going quarter unit there. Nothing crazy. Okay, not letting the same thing that happened yesterday happen today, where I say I'm going to give you a write-up and then I don't come back and do it, and then it doesn't get tracked in my Tails account. So we got it. We got it in there. That deserves a write-up. I'll give it a write-up after stream. I drop coverage. I think the volume's going to be there. With the volume, I think he's going to convert. Not mad at the 13.5 points. Think you could ladder this up to 15, maybe 20 as well. I like the threes better at 4. Really like that spot for us tonight. All right. Nothing for me on Derek White. I always have bad luck with him. Let's move on to the Pelicans. Zion is playing back-to-backs now. Obviously, it's the first thing you kind of think of when you're thinking about betting with Atlanta. Struggled last night versus the Lakers, but he did play 33 minutes. So you can see it would not be his first back-to-back this season. This would be his third. And, he's played in the most recent one. So I do lean that he goes. I don't think I saw him on the injury report at all. Lean he goes. Like his matchup versus Atlanta, at minimum better than his matchup versus the Lakers, just to, how they would scheme for him, how they did scheme for him. I kind of nailed that spot on in yesterday's show. Should have bet the under. That being said, they struggle in isolation and under the basket. I'm not fading Zion today just because he had a bad game yesterday. Saddiq Bey being questionable might make the volume go up. Herb Jones also is questionable in this game, so keep that in mind on the New Orleans side of the ball. Let's go through rebounds and assists here. I see, and here's my problem. And this is what we'll do. What did he play minutes-wise? 21 and 29. That 29 might for real be a ceiling. I don't know. Let's say like 31 graciously. I don't know. Do you guys think he could play 33 minutes on a back-to-back tonight? I don't know. Just because of the injury history, I lean no. It's hard for me to bet on Zion tonight. It really is. Let's talk about Onyeka Okongwu. So Trey could play tonight. I think this game is in Atlanta, so I'm sure they're going to let him play in front of the home crowd one more time. If he plays, he might try to go crazy. And going crazy for him can be 10, 12, 14 assists. So maybe like in Okongwu's threes. I don't think the numbers are actually great with Trey. Yeah, they're not good. He did have 6 the last time these two played together, though. This is kind of a weird game. I'm not going to lie. The whole Trey thing. You've got Sadiq Bey. Like, if Trey doesn't go, I auto bet Nickeil at that number. I mean, if it goes to 24.5, I'm not betting it. But at 20, 21, I'm on it. Johnson, like, even, I want to know what's going on with Trey first, but for him as well. To be honest, don't like the over, afraid to bet the under on Jalen Johnson. Rebounds. That's just the honest truth. I'm going to say this. Okongwu downgraded to questionable. Interesting. How many minutes can Tingus run? How many minutes can Porzingis run? Let me give this a refresh. One game, and it was before his injury, health, whatever is going on. Q from Cincy, appreciate you tapping in today, bro. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. Everything we've ran down there at the bottom. I did quarter unit on Simons. Hey, man, if you're watching on Twitter, the price of admission is a like and a retweet, man. Everything free. Just drop a like, drop a retweet. Help me grow the brand. Appreciate y'all for tapping in today. Oh, shit. We did run Javonte too, Quincy. I really like that. I really like that look as well. Picking up where we left off was the Pelicans Atlanta game. I wanted to refresh for the Okongwu news. The line should at least have moved 15.5. I don't love it. Trey Murphy went off versus my Lakers. Still got the dub though. My Lakers on a back-to-back as well. I doubt Braun plays. Braun had a great game last night, 38 and 8. I'm going to be honest. This kind of feels a little low for Trey. Especially if Bey were to not go. I know he's coming off of a huge night, but look at his volume recently. Threes specifically. That's his makes. I jump on the bandwagon now, and he puts up tour dates. It does look like a good matchup, though, and I am really intrigued by his volume. 3.5 plus 122 over in 8 of the 11 games this season with Zion and 7 or more attempts. I don't think he has less than 7 attempts in this matchup tonight, especially I know this is going to be a small sample. So with Bay, with Zion, very small sample without, yeah. But if Bay were not to go, I mean, at minimum, you love the volume. These are two teams that kind of try to pack in and focus on a star, but $122 available at FanDuel and DraftKings. I do really lean over this Trey Murphy's threes. $19th versus catch and shoot. 12th from above the break. Let me get in here to the mobile app. I want to see what they are above the break, like last 10 games. They stay pretty much between like 17 or 7 and 20, like never the top, never the bottom. What's good, Chalk Exchange?
Good afternoon. Apologies on my tardiness here. I had some real life to be doing.
That was me yesterday, brother. I feel it. I very much feel it.
Where are we at on here?
Finishing up the Atlanta New Orleans game.
Okay.
Any thoughts on Trey Murphy threes?
I don't think I had anything in this game. Trey Murphy threes is always a look, but I think that we saw the increase because of what we talked about yesterday and how they were trapping, or how JJ was going to defend Zion.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull up my information tabs here. I couldn't get off that meeting fast enough. I was like, man, I need to talk more NBA here.
Feel it.
Yeah, I mean, the volume's been great.
I know, even like the last 5, 6, 7 games, yeah.
9, 10, 11, 15, 17. That's what he does. Trey playing?
Is who?
Is Trey playing?
I don't know.
Right.
That's why I'm like not really betting the Atlanta side right now, to be honest. Okongwu is questionable now. Don't know the status on Trey. Not interested in that game, honestly. Or I should say that side of the ball. Trey, I have kind of gone over this game. Trey's the only thing for me on this side of the ball. I will say I don't know what Zion's going to do. He's played like the last 2 back-to-backs. He had 33 minutes last game, so don't know what to expect out of him. He did run 29 minutes in the last back-to-back. So, yeah, Zion's hard for me to spot there. My only real look on the New Orleans side was Trey Murphy. And then...
Man, I was muted the whole time. I liked Onyeka's rebounds before he got downgraded.
Yeah.
So I'm monitoring that. I just completely cut it off the card.
Yep, that about sums it up for this game. The games here prior, did you have anything? Chicago, Detroit, Washington, Philly, Toronto, Charlotte, Denver, Boston?
Washington, Philly, I'm taking a stab at Bagley's double-double.
Okay.
1,300. I know he comes off the bench. I know he plays like 20 minutes. But I think there's opportunity there. We've seen a decrease, a hard decline in movement and ability from Joel, especially on the defensive end. Activity-wise, I know he can turn it on and off, but I think a guy off the bench, and I know that Drummond's there too, which is why it's priced the way it is. But I think that's an opportunity for a guy to get some counting stats today, considering the game they just played yesterday. A lot of the starters played a lot of minutes yesterday to blow out the Magic. So I think a bench guy tonight might get to the 23, 24-minute mark. Especially if they start showcasing their younger guys a little bit, like a Trey Johnson, who I know is a good shooter, but he is streaky. So if he starts missing, there's some opportunity for other offense in that game. Chicago, Detroit. Vucevic and Nurkic both play basketball today. Vucevic and Nurkic are guys I like to take for assists. So I think the opportunity is there with Giddey out and White questionable. We'll love it more if White is ruled out. But the potential is the last 2 games have been insane for Vooch, just facilitating the basketball. Especially if White's out, they're going to have to find different ways to facilitate it, and I'm in on that. Raptors, Hornets. I like Sexton points. I like Con threes. I think I'll probably just rock with Con threes. He's just been so consistent at the 4+. Really not mad at LaMelo. Over 7.5 assists tonight.
Godspeed, brother. Godspeed.
Yeah, without Podol. I know that everybody's been upset about the rotations and everything. I know Brandon Miller's been running hot. I don't think this is a Brandon Miller game. I don't. So that's what I was looking at for those earlier ones. I think that covered all the ones you mentioned, right? Did you go Clippers next yet?
Nope, that's next game here. You have anything in this one?
I'm rocking with Deuce.
Points, threes, what do you got?
Threes. Deuce threes, 3 threes, plus 128.
Shamet is still out. Hart is still out. Why wouldn't you?
Right. And Zubac rebounds, back to starter minutes, back to start and roll. 10.5, fine with me.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to go bet Deuce. I want it to. Miles McBride. I'm going to go bet this real quick at FanDuel 124. FanDuel 124. Give me 1 second. If you have anything else in this game, feel free to talk about it. I'm going to get this in real quick.
I've been monitoring Chris Dunn the last couple of games. I think that with Derek Jones out, he's going to get some more run as a guy off the bench. His PRA is at 14.5 tonight. Let me pull up his numbers so I can give you actual data to support it. So I've been watching this, and he's gone up to 15.5 and 16.5 in recent nights. Where's his PRA?
This is Chris Dunn.
Chris Dunn, yeah. 7 of his last 10, but 3 of his last 6. So, of course, that has a lot to do with who's been in and out for the Clippers. But I think it's a good look. Just watch what Jaden Ivey, and Javonte Green have done off the bench, and then Quentin Grimes, Luke Kennard, Jordan Poole. So they kind of do give it up to bench guards. The Knicks do. Without Josh Hart in there, you have to play Deuce in the starting lineup, and it really limits their bench. So I like Chris Dunn, PRA over 14.5. It's at minus 130, so I don't think you're going to have to race to the books on that one.
Okay,
really,
Chris. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. That's really all I liked on that one. You can always go back to Kawhi threes, but over 2.5 is minus 182, and I'm just not there.
How do you feel about Cats threes versus Zoo? Are they starting double big? Mitch out. What's the news there?
I see Mitch is listed on the books.
I don't think they're going to start double big here because they're going to start Hugh Collins at the 4. So you start OG at the 4. You start. What do you think the starting lineup will be?
Let's see. Pull up my handy dandy notebook.
Basketball Monster seems to think they're going double big.
Yeah, I think I'm seeing projected as Brunson, Bridges, OG, Towns, Mitch, and on the contrary, Harden, Dunn is listed as a starter. Leonard, Collins, Zubac.
Yep, that's what I'm seeing as well.
Did they just start Kobe Sanders at the 2?
Actually, I think they did. Yeah, they did not long ago.
I thought I was going crazy. I was like, why would they start Chris Dunn? Because that kind of changes the perception of the play. If they start Kobe Sanders, I like Chris Dunn. If they start Chris Dunn, I don't like Chris Dunn. As you're competing with Kawhi and Harden and Zubac for any counting stats. And John Collins could potentially have a game too.
You think this game stays competitive?
I do, yeah.
I agree.
I definitely do. I love that Harden's in. I saw his upgrade to potable. That I just made that up.
No, I saw that this morning. He had a
Okay.
shoulder injury and he was upgraded to.
Yeah. And everybody from the Nuggets is playing. So I like Jalen Pickett, and I was monitoring his lines this morning, waiting for them to come out, but that seems to be shot.
I do like Towns over his threes. There's a big contrast in the price, though. Like, I like it a lot more at minus 135 than I do at minus 150. That being said, like, let's say in games he's hit 3 to 4 threes this season, what's his average in points? He's over in 7 of 8. I do like his over threes. So then, yeah, I do like him to score 21. He cooked Zoo last year in the 3 matchups, and it's because I remember attacking these exact same matchups last year as a stretch. Yeah, you know what? Let me go look at something else. Let me look at something else real quick.
Is it crazy to say that I like that he missed that 1.5 threes the last 2 games coming in as well?
Right, like thank goodness we're getting a depressed line.
I like it that it didn't happen.
Right. And they've lost 3 straight. Like they got to get right here. This is in Madison Square Garden, right?
Yeah. I mean, I would even jump up to 3.
I would too.
Cat 3 threes plus 210. We're actually betting the threes we talk about today, Prophet.
I know. That's exactly how I feel, bro. That's exactly how I feel. Did I go over the Charlotte game? Yeah, I did go over the Charlotte-Toronto game, Matty B. What you got? I didn't bet anything in it. You know what? I think that's exactly what I'm going to do, bro. I think I'm just going to bet the 3+ for like a quarter unit. Or I could just bet the 21. I think a lot of the points are going to come, from shooting or like a pick and roll, not necessarily like on the block versus fucking Zoo. That's not going to be the look tonight.
No, you're not going to clog it, especially if they run double bigs. Mitch Rob down there, he doesn't really have anything outside of the paint. So that would just be a clunky offense.
Yeah, I really like the Towns. I'm going to see how the market moves, but that's making the card today. That is making the card today. Moving on from Towns, Zubac's minutes were 33 in the last game, so, the wheels are off. He's back to playing, coming off of a day's rest. I would argue 13.5 looks low here to me. What are your thoughts?
Talking about points?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I like him for 20. I don't really see the resistance.
Okay.
If he's fully healthy, and I'm operating as he is just by taking his rebounds, I would take Zubac up to like 15, 20. He's such an integral part of their success. And I know that, Kawhi's obviously running hot and you have Harden there, but Harden is dealing with the shoulder. Maybe it's a facilitator tonight. Maybe Kawhi tries to show out the Garden. I don't know, but Zubac, even 15 plus 124 is a great value.
Yes, I very much agree. You're almost never going to get a Zubac minus 105 double price. Hold on. I'm done. Clippers versus New York Knicks. Two recorded double. It's now minus 115. I will live with that. This season, 30 minutes. I don't think Kawhi and Harden really negatively impact that. Do you?
No. I mean, you had 18 and 10 and 16 and 14 against this team last year. Harden and Kawhi were in those lineups. That was obviously with Norm Powell as well. And we know that the Knicks have stayed relatively the same year to year, so there's no major changes there.
Yep, dub it is.
24.5, even on points and rebounds, is minus 104. What's the double?
Minus 115.
Yeah, I would just go minus 104 on 24.5. 10 cents, but that's a preference thing.
Yep, FanDuel and Preview AI. That one is good enough. Brandon Miller downgraded to questionable. Lean, he doesn't go. Don't know how you feel about that. Did you bet LaMelo officially or?
No, but I did say it wasn't Brandon Miller game. The only thing I have in that game was Khan's 4 threes, and I mean, obviously, I love it more now.
Yeah,
but I wish I had this information half hour ago.
Story of a gambler's life, right? Brunson, you have any thoughts here on Brunson?
He's like, I don't know. Let's see. I didn't really check out his anything, honestly.
So the trash
intriguing me lately. Yeah, I was gonna say his threes have been intriguing me lately, and it kind of might be a great matchup for that.
Yeah, same page.
Hate his assists today. Never really look at his rebounds. The only thing I take is his threes, and it's at 2.5. What's his volume been? Well, when he makes them, he shoots 13, but when he misses them, he takes like 5.
Yep.
What's his first quarter?
Yeah,
first quarter 3.
What's that?
Are you able to bet first quarter threes?
I don't know where you can. It's not a market I attack much.
I had never even looked at it, but if he's going to do it, if he's going to get rolling from 3.
Collins over 11.5 would make sense, and then they bump Collin to 5.5. That makes sense as well. I definitely think he goes over his threes today. They're 26 and above the break scoring. Mid of the pack, 28th versus pull up. Although, you know what? I'm lying. He might have 15 pull up middies today.
I can't bet McBride threes and Brunson threes.
Fair. Unless it's like
So,
Utah.
Yeah, right. I'm just gonna take McBride's. I think his 15 points in his threes tonight.
I took McBride as well. Kawhi Leonard, any thoughts in this matchup?
Can never go wrong, but you're buying top of the market.
You're buying top of the market right now for sure. I actually lean under this number slightly. I mean, OG the matchup.
His points and rebounds are 34.5. Yeah, OG's definitely the matchup.
Yeah, that's I lean under here a lot.
28.5 points. Yeah, give me the under.
I'm about to bet it actually.
Under 28.5 points. This is Zion all over again. Zion.
Yeah, I'm gonna go bet this at FanDuel real quick. Huge slate. I'm not surprised. I'm going to have nice volume.
The patience paid off yesterday.
Facts.
For me. It also worked against me at Dante DiVincenzo. 15 points yesterday. Went 4 for 9 from 3.
Yeah, and that's all he scored. I saw that. I had a little.
He had.
Yeah, I had a little personal lay. Like it was a 10% DraftKings bonus bullshit. I didn't even release it, but it was Dante for 4. That was the last leg. It cashed, and I forget the first leg. Oh, we actually spent a lot of time on stream talking about it. Julian Champagny 4+. And that was like $10 into $210. Pretty sweet.
That is a nice little way.
Orlando versus Brooklyn. Let's move on. You got anything in this game you want to talk about?
No, let's move on.
No, I don't have much in this one. I kind of lean under Desmond Bane PAs.
Okay. Did he hit last night on PAs?
He hit the under.
Okay.
And then you know how the Nets like to treat pick and roll ball handlers. So I definitely lean under the Bane PAs. That's the only real thought I had in this one. Let's see. The spread is very competitive. This game's almost a pick 'em.
I do think it's going to be a competitive game. But who else do you bet besides MPJ? Right? Do you take your chances with like a Terrence Mann? I don't.
I was going to say I don't. You might.
No, I don't. Is Suggs playing tonight? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, this is just like a Paolo versus MPJ like showcase, and I don't know if there's much value anywhere. Maybe Paolo's RAs. I can see that. And I really like. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm running Bane under. I'm running Bane under. Yeah, under PAs at 24.5 minus 09 at DK.
I'm a big Sharp guy as well for the Nets. Not a gambler.
Radon or Dayron.
Dayron, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a per 36 monster. I just don't know what his minutes are going to be, especially with, I think, Clowney and Claxton and MPJ are all playing tonight. So I think he's just reduced back down to like 19, maybe 20 minutes tonight. Is that really where he's at? I like, the only way I would look at him is his PRA.
And that's you assuming he's going to be in the like 18 to 22 area?
Yeah, I capped him at 20. I put his filter on at 20.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I like his PRA. I think he's pretty overlooked, and I think he might be carving himself out a pretty good role based on what's been said out there. They're going to need to develop somebody if they're unloading everybody.
Big Geeker, not as much, bro. Like, honestly, I'll just say it how it is. When you win, you get limited. And when you win, the smaller the market you bet into, the faster you get limited. So the return on investment for me is not worth it to bet first quarter props or steals and blocks props. There's got to be a decent bit of liquidity offered for it to be worth my time. So if you have like a smaller bankroll, if you're betting like 10, 20 bucks a pop, you should probably spend way more time than I do handicapping those things. And there's probably really big edges. Turnovers, free throw attempts, like all those like markets that only a few books have are usually the easiest to beat. So I don't know what your bankroll is, and I don't know if you're winning better. If you're losing better, you can bet $10,000 on this shit and not get banned. But I've been thrown out of every book. So just speaking from experience, it's not worth my time to bet into those markets. Anthony Black, what do we do here? Are we getting a reduced number? Actually, I don't like it because the way they match up, but we are getting that 22.5, which is the number we used to smack. I used to smack. But I hate the matchup. Any thoughts on Black there for you?
Nope. Top of the market guy. Still out on him. He can do it. I don't want it.
Kind of. What do you think about MPJ at 24.5? I know you touched on it a moment ago, but it's actually not an awful price. First couple were awful. Last 4 went over. I don't know how I feel. Orlando's defense isn't what they were last year.
I'm going to have to look at this.
Is FanDuel doing that 50-point shit again?
Yeah, I think it's like their touchdown jackpot for the NBA.
Okay.
As they get into the playoffs, I think they're just trying to lure more people into betting the NBA and
right.
hopefully
The
get
way
a
you
hit
should
that
do
for a couple
that is
months.
like the way you should do that is find someone's over you're taking and just throw the token on it. So it's no extra cost. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I saw people actually betting somebody for 50, and that's not what you have to do.
Right. Just bet they're over. Yeah,
You just
exactly.
have to bet on a player.
Like,
make
honestly,
sure you opt in.
MPJ might be that guy. I don't think he's scoring 50, but if you want to bet his over, it's not a bad look. And then if he gets 50, take your share of a milli.
I would go with Harden at the Garden for 50.
I don't hate that look either. I think I saw John Moran has been downgraded to like doubtful in this one too. Is that right? Or out already?
I don't know, but they hid Cam Spencer's lines for me this morning, as I was going to do the same thing I did yesterday.
Yeah, we
They
don't
just didn't
have
even list them, and they listed Jaws assists at 7.5 this morning, with no Cam Spencer. So they're learning, and I don't like that. Bagley's double-double just went down to 10-1 from 13-1.
If Devin Booker's rebounds bumped or assists bumped to 6.5, which they very well could, they're massively juiced to the over at 5.5. I don't care about pace. I don't care about defense. I will be on that. Again, I'm going to be patient on that look. Dylan Brooks back versus Memphis. I mean, he had 15 versus the team he played for most recently. I don't think he's good enough to have a revenge narrative. Any thoughts on Dylan Brooks?
I know he's going to take his shots. I don't think there's much value in it.
Couldn't agree with you more. What about
the only
these
thing I like here is Mark Williams double-double.
Who do you think starting at the 5 for – is it Jaren Jackson Jr. again?
Yeah, I think they run out the same lineup they ran out last night. And they have
Did they start Jock Landale last night or did they not? Sorry.
I believe they did. And they had Santee off the bench.
Okay. I like that matchup for the double-double.
Let me double-check that. I know Cam went for 21, 8, and 8 last night. Yeah, it was Jock. Very close to his double-double. I know somebody mentioned like in his rebounds yesterday at 5.5. I was hesitant at 6.5, but I saw the look. 19-9 from Jock, and he does pop it from 3. There's a lot of GG Jackson tickets I saw on the timeline yesterday.
Yeah, I'm not fans of him, but I saw.
I hated watching him at South Carolina, so I'm not racing to bet him in the NBA. And I've watched him go like 2 for 12 or like 5 for like 18 too many times, and that was in college.
Yeah, I've got nothing else in that Memphis game. If you're ready to move on, let's go to the Lakers versus Spurs because I'm skipping OKC entirely, unless you have something in that 18-point G League game.
No, thanks.
Cool. Same page. Lakers versus Spurs. I don't think LeBron's playing, but we don't have news yet. Reeves is still out. Rui's still out. Vassal's still out. Ingram's still out. Wow, look at the difference in price.
I know. I looked at it this morning. I was sick. Luka's RA is at 16.5. Is it going to stay close?
I think the Lakers will hang with them. They'll lose, but they'll lose late. They'll lose, but they'll lose late. What I will say is Jamal Hooks. I like the Collier assist overlook. The overlook. I think that game gets out of hand. I don't know that he plays like a bunch of blowout minutes, but I think he'll get decent run in the second half. Maybe you pair that with a Keontae PRA under or something. I don't like this game. Like, honestly, would I be shocked as a Lakers fan if Luka sat? No. Wouldn't blow my mind. So I don't really like this game. I don't want to invest money until I got some injury news. I did want to look at the Champagny stuff. I would take his points now at this rate, 12.5 if you want to. Like, let's say he makes 3 to 4 threes in the last 2 seasons. Last year, he went over this and all but, what is this? 9 games this year, all but 2, small sample size. I like the Champagny points overlook because I think his threes cash. That's all I got for you.
Right? So is there any targets or trends when LeBron's out?
There's not a good sample size.
Lucas usage being like 100%.
So no, and the reason there isn't is because, and JJ has explicitly talked about this, they've tried several different things, and you got to think Reeves has been in and out, Luke has been in and out, LeBron's been in and out. So for me to get on this show and tell you I have a concrete idea of how JJ Redick is going to attack them tonight without LeBron, it's exactly like you said. Other than Luka having a 40% usage, no, I mean, there's going to be a lot of pick and rolls with Ayton, but he's in a difficult matchup. Vandy gets more run. What does that correlate to offensively? I don't know. Jake LaRavia gets more run. Jake LaRavia threes may be worth, the longer I talk on it, actually, Jake LaRavia threes would maybe make sense. No Braun, because then there's going to be a lot more kick out opportunities from Luka, and he's just on the floor longer. Marcus Smart PRA might be a look. No LeBron, no Reeves. So, I mean, the longer I talk, the more I can see some things. Like, the hit rate's not good this year, but it's 3 games, right? One of them is minutes were dog shit. If we just look at games with 10 field goal attempts and 10 potential assists, the number's probably pretty good regardless of who plays. And that could be wrong because guess what? The volume is so small.
Do we think Wemby is playing on the back-to-back after dropping 30 in 21 minutes last night?
The only reason I think it's possible is because the last part you said. 21 minutes.
And they also lost to the Grizzlies.
So do I
They
think
kind
he
of need
can
to
give
pick up a
him?
win.
He might be able to give him 21 minutes again tonight. Which makes me like Castle PAs over, honestly. I do like that. And I'm a Lakers fan. I think he cooks us tonight. Had a request on Champagny rebounds. That isn't something I looked into today. What are his chances been? They've been all right. I mean, his minutes have been up too. Let's go no Vassell. Over in 4-4 this year, no Vassell. Chances are really good as well. You know, I like this honestly too. I could get behind a Champagny PR even. PR even. Laravia's threes, yes, I can. So if LeBron doesn't play, I'm like certain he's playing 30 minutes. And I'd say he's probably good for like 4 to 5 threes. Threes or 5 might be a little aggressive of a floor. I would lean over. I do want to wait on the injury report for this Lakers game, though, before I really get into the weeds. So I'm going to move on. Milwaukee versus Golden State. Do you have any thoughts as we kind of scroll through this game? Last two are competitive. Moneybag Tone, appreciate you tapping in. Justo and Storch, appreciate you guys tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets this morning. All right, so Miles Turner, we've got Seth Curry out, right? Steph Curry's good to go. Draymond's also questionable. Let me get into the injury report here. Oubre has been upgraded to probable. Trey Murphy now listed questionable. I almost bet him. Trey Young, in quotation marks, I don't want to be here, listed as officially out. Sadiq Bey listed out. Jose Alvarado listed out. Joel Embiid upgraded to probable. CJ McCollum out. Cade Cunningham downgraded to questionable. Let's see. Anything else? Underdog is fucking on their shit today. They're busy. True questionable for Draymond Green in this one. Okay. Have they faced each other this season? They did. Miles Turner had 17 points in 29 minutes, 2 for 4 from 3. I would assume he went up head-to-head versus Quentin Post in that one as well. Did Giannis play? With Giannis? Giannis did not play in that game. Okay, keep that in mind. I think I saw this line as high as 5.5. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, it was 4.5 juice to the over. Okay. He had 4 in the last matchup versus Milwaukee on 10 attempts. 30-plus minutes. Man, I really like him for like 25 and 4 rather than the 27 points or the 5 threes. 25 and 4, you should get like a -125, -150 look. Giannis didn't play in the previous matchup this season. Dominated in his last 3 matchups, though. What are they in restricted area scoring allowed? 15th. That's where he's scoring 80% of his points. Giannis under 5.5 assists, but it's juicy. Okay, I do lean over the points, so that kind of makes sense. Yeah, this kind of makes a lot of sense. Even as just a lay piece. Yeah, Storch, we'll put that in a lay today straight. I do like that a lot. Unless we just bet our A's. I do like the Giannis RAs at 16.5. Let's really circle in, though, on like 29, 30-minute games. Get a better, kind of more accurate description here. Played 31-6 in his last game. I think this is being more than fair, though. I think this is being more than fair. Big Geeker, I would lean Castle RAs. I would lean Castle there. I like Castle better. And I do like Giannis under RAs here. I do not want to touch his points. Let's talk about something. I'm going to circle back to that. I don't want to spend too much time. It's a definite, very strong lean. What's Kevin Porter's assist line in this game? I know that they are not an awful assist team. 7.5 minus 130. Minus 117 out there at some spots. I like Kevin Porter Jr.'s assists over. It's a lean. I don't like the price. There's better prices out there. Like if you have an MGM at 118, honestly, prop builder at minus 123 is a good look. I do lean over KPJ's assists. Those are my looks in this game. Curry, I think there's definitely builder potential. Giannis, I lean under the RAs. Kevin Porter Jr., I do lean over his assists. Let's move on to the last game and get out of here for tonight. We are an hour and 20 or so into this, 21. Be out of here within an hour and a half, and this was a huge slate. So I appreciate y'all that bear with me through this game. Is Sengun back? No, he is still out. Kevin Durant's line is 27.5. I love him at like 25, 27. We kind of got issues. Klingon double-double. I mean, Adams is in, right? Yeah, Adams is in. So this is no walk in the park. Granted, you are getting a plus 105. Don't love it. Don't really love it. Nothing for Reed. Hold on. I'm just going through my model along with these projections and seeing if anything overlaps. If not, we will call it. Storch says Steph under maybe. Sengun 10 to 14 days out. Shout out Jamal. I have 24 here on Shaden Sharp, and it's 22.5. I think there's maybe even some 21s. Let's look into Shaden Sharp. Out of everything in this game, that's the only one I'm showing any points, rebounds, or assist edges to. Okay, yeah, I do like this. So if we go no, let's look at it like this. Nope, nope. Shaden Sharp overs. What's the spread in this game? I think it was like 6. Yeah, 6.5. $21.5 everywhere but FanDuel. The game is in Portland. He's still a young player. I don't know why I wouldn't bet Shaden Sharp's over. I don't know why I wouldn't bet it. They're a good spot up and they're good in the restricted. I'll give them that. I'll leave this as a lean for now. I do owe you guys several plays in the banner, so let me add those. We've got a lot more than 2 plays right now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plays with the latter technically making it 7. Let me add all these to the banner. We're going to call it for now, and then I will try to add any late adds to the timeline as we go through them. A lot of unders, which I like. Vegas was not built because every over hit. That's what every square bets. Okay, that's everything. Let me just save this, show this. My fault. Go full screen here with it. All right, we're going to recap the slate today. I do appreciate y'all for tapping in. This is everything I'm officially bet. I do have some leans, though, so keep an eye out on the timeline for any late additions. Desmond Bane under 24.5 points plus assists. Kawhi Leonard under 28.5 points. Ivica Zubac, double-double, 2 recorded double-double. Miles McBride, 3+ three-pointers made. Anthony Simons, 3+ three-pointers made. And for a quarter unit, laddered up to 4+ three-pointers made. Javonte Green, over 8.5 points. Keep an eye out for a threes edition there. And that's going to do it for today. I do appreciate y'all for tapping in. Best of luck tonight, man. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Until then, let's go.